Hi, Fred Douglass students. Today and this week, we're going to be working on a project that has to do with our One Book, One Fred book, The One and Only Ivan by Catherine Applegate. I have 3 cool activities that you can choose from, and we'll do them in class if you're in person with me. If you are hybrid and you don't see me this month, or you're at home, you're going to have to try to do them on your own. The first thing you would want to do is to choose your favorite animal that was in the book, or choose your favorite character. Basically, it's the same thing. But say you loved Bob the dog, you could choose a dog to be the main focus of what you do this week. All right, then option 1 is to research the animal you chose and its needs. This means you would find out what its natural environment would be like, and what can you use to make its environment like its natural one. So pretend you're like a zookeeper and you want to have this animal as one of the creatures in your zoo. So you would want to know how much land or space it needs. Does it live alone? Is it solitary like a tiger, or does it live in groups? A social animal like monkeys and humans. What food does it need as far as plants, meat, insects, and stuff like that? And how much water does it need? Does it swim? If it does it need deep water or a river or a pool type area? And what kinds of trees and grasses does it need in its enclosure? So you could do that. Option 2 is to research the true story of Ivan. You probably didn't know, but Ivan was a real gorilla. He also lived in a place with a very small enclosure, or domain, as he called it. So I would like you, if you want to do option 2, you can Google Ivan the gorilla, or the true story of the one and only Ivan, and find facts to tell what city and state Ivan lived in and for how long he lived there in his domain. And did he really live in a mall? Find out if he went to a zoo, or could he have died before this ever happened? And was there really a Ruby, Stella, Thelma, or other animals in the domains with him? So this would be a very interesting thing to research on Google. The last option is my favorite, and this is to make a word art picture of your animal. We used word art earlier in the year, at least 5th grade did. And I'm going to show you how to do that in a few minutes. But the word art will, you'll want to come up with at least 10 words to describe your animal or character. Then you would go to wordart.com, you'd click Create Now, and then you would also erase Word, Cloud, and Art from the column where you add words. You'd add words to the filter column that describe your animal or favorite character, 1 word in each row. You change the color of the words by clicking on the color column, and then you would click Shape and find your animal, or one close to what your animal looks like. Then you'd click the gray tabs, Shapes, Font, Layout, Style to customize your work. And then you click Visualize to see what the word art will look like in the end. Now you would click Download and then Standard PNG or Standard JPEG to save it. You could name the picture with the name of your animal, and then click Save to save it. And then maybe we can share those and look around at each other's work. So let me show you how to do each one of those in just a second. Okay, for option 1, you could either just Google your animal on Google if you wanted to. I'm going to choose gorilla, and you could do not use Wikipedia. Remember, that's not a good, reliable site to use. And usually stuff over here is from Wikipedia. So I would go down to like World Wildlife Fund, gorilla, or I'd go into, you could go into videos. This is San Diego Zoo. Britannica would have some good information. So this is the best. This is an encyclopedia of what you would find on UD Lip Search. So I'd click on that, and then I could go in and I could find out about gorillas and what they would need to be comfortable in a zoo or in a place that's not their natural environment. Now remember, if you decide to use Google, a lot of this is going to be longer and it's not going to reach you. That's why I encourage you guys to use UD Libraries. So let's go back. If you're at home and you want to get to UD Library or UD Live Search, you can do UDLIBSEARCH and then go to elementary, and it will take you right in. If you click here, it'll take you right in to where we normally use. Remember, if you're at home and you haven't been here yet, it's going to ask for that username and password. It's just UD Live Search for the username, and home access is the password. So you could go into animals and you could choose your animal. Okay, so if I was going to do gorillas, I'd go to mammals and then find primates, and then gorillas is there. And then I would go through each tab to try to find out about what they eat, how big of an enclosure they would need, different things like that. Okay, option 1. For option 2, to research a true story of Ivan, you could start on Google. I just typed in the true story of Ivan the gorilla for kids, and there's videos that you could probably watch or listen to. There's also articles like paws.org, Zoo Atlanta. I wouldn't go to Amazon. They're going to be selling you stuff. The Real Ivan photo. Wikipedia, again, is not reliable. So there's going to be a few things that will tell you about the real Ivan, because he was a real gorilla. He really did live in a very small domain. He was owned by a human. So you could find out more about him and see where he lived. Was it really a mall? What city and state was it? And how long did he live in this domain? And did he die there, or was he transferred to someplace else? So that's the second option for today. And now option 3, the word art picture of your animal. I'm going to show you how to do this. Okay, so you're going to type in wordartaltogether.com. Hit enter. It should take you right in. You're going to click Create Now. And then right over here, this is where you're going to add your words. You'll notice that there's an Add button. So I'm going to take out word, cloud, and art. Even though for Ivan, you could probably leave art in. And then I'm going to come up with some different words that I could for a gorilla. Huge. I think they're pretty smart. Then you click Add, or you can even do Enter to make a new row. Again, you want to try to come up with at least 10 different words. So I'm going to do that, and I'll come right back. All right, so I have 10 words or sentences, short sentences about gorillas. Next thing I would want to do would be to change the color. So you click Color Default, so color is in blue. You click Default for each word, and then you just click the color and click Apply. Then the next word, you do the same thing. Click the color, click Apply. And for Harry, you click Default, click a color, which I'm going to do black since they usually are very black. Hands like mine, click a color. I'd like to use like a peachy color maybe, because... Alright, so there we go. There's my different words or phrases and the colors. You don't want to do visualize yet. You want to go to shapes now. So shapes, I need to try to find a gorilla, which they might have, they might not. Looks like the only gorilla type thing they have is this. So I'm going to click on that and see how it will turn out. And then you go to fonts to pick your font. I'm going to pick Slacky. Then you go to your layout, and I'm going to click random, and that's usually all I do. After that, you click Visualize, which is this red button. It's going to upload what your word art's going to look like, and then it pops up. So there you go. That's what it looks like for this one, since it's a chimp type look to it. And if I want to save this, I go to Download right here. I click Standard PNG or Standard JPEG. click one of those, and over here is where it comes up on my computer. If I click on that and say show in folder, then there it is. So yours is going to be different. It's going to pop up with a page like this. I'm going to put Gorilla word art for mine, and then I want to put it in my desktop, but you guys will just make the name like Gorilla. Oh, I don't want to recycle it now. And then you'll just click save, and I wanted to send it to my desktop. Okay, so then there'll be a copy there. So that's it for this week. I'll see some of you in class and in person, and the rest of you I will see online in my videos. All right, email me if you have any questions, and have a good evening, good night, good day. Bye.